Welcome people, we are back at it again with another video. In today's video, I just have to make an appeal to Conor Gallagher. Conor, please don't go. We want you to stay. Please do not go. We want you to stay. All right. Now, my latest video was gonna be a review of our performance against Brighton, right? But then I saw certain news yesterday and it had me feeling a certain type of way and I just couldn't let it go. Now, I wanted to film yesterday, but I got busy with uni work. So I was like, you know what? Tuesday afternoon, I have to film, and here I am. So, how can I say this? I have been disturbed. I have been perturbed by the news that I saw yesterday. All right. Now, apparently, the higher ups at Chelsea believe that Conor Gallagher is surplus to requirements. Now, this is problematic, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to tell you why. Our midfield is barely existent, and they want to sell him. Make it make sense. Now, when I say our midfield is barely existent, what I mean by that is that we don't have many options at all. You know, when you label a player surplus to requirements, then that implies that the position that they play in, right, in the squad is stacked full of ballers that are better than that individual. But that's not the case right now at Chelsea, and he is being labeled as surplus to requirements, you know? So I just want to reel off the names that we have in our midfield right now, right? Enzo Fernandez, right? About 5-6 months in the Premier League only, right? Kani Chuku Emeka. He had a full season with the first team last season, but he didn't feature in the matchday squad too many times for me to say, oh, he's had a good full season. No, right? And he's also young. He's like 19, 20 years old, right? Then you got Cesare Casade, right? He was playing with the Chelsea under-21s last season and Reading in the championship, right? Now, he's a baller, right? But he's like 19, 20 as well. He's very, very young. You know what I'm saying? Then you've got Andre Santos. He's 19 years old, fam. He's like literally, I think 2 weeks, not even. He's like a week older than me, bruv. Only, right? And from what I can see, he can play ball. But again, he's too young. And then you've got Lewis Hall, who's still only 18 years old, right? And who was with the first team for a season. Yeah, last season he was with us for a season, but at the same time, he wasn't in the match day squad every single match day. So I wouldn't say is a full season and he has proper experience in the Premier League. Conor Gallagher, on the other hand, now has not one but two Premier League seasons under his belt, right? Now, he had a season at Palace where he did really, really well, and he had a season at Chelsea, right, last season, and that didn't go so well. There were good moments, but other moments not so good, right? But it was his first season at a big club, right? But now when I'm looking at our midfield, bro, right, we could say, Enzo Fernandez better than him. Okay, fine, fair enough. But Kani Chukwuemeka, he's still young, he still needs to prove himself. We can't even have that conversation yet, right? Andre Santos, he literally just arrived from Brazil. We can't have that conversation yet. Cesare Casade, he just arrived in the first team, right? Now, he's done well for under 21s, right? And for Reading in the championship and at the under 20 World Cup. But again, he's very, very young. He's not proven in the Premier League. Gallagher is, you know. Then Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall is a bowler, and he has shown that quite a few times when he's played for the first team last season in the Premier League. But again, he's still very, very young, bro. You understand what I'm saying? So when the way I see it, right, there's only one midfielder that we know for a fact is better than Gallagher. But we want to just dispose of him like he's some expendable asset. For what, bruv? For what? It doesn't make sense, fam. It truly doesn't make sense. Now, I'm going to just give you the situation, right? So, I was reading Chelsea Chronicle around like 15 minutes ago or so, and basically a story that they had put up was saying that Everton had bid £45 million for Gallagher in January, right, last season, but he didn't end up leaving. Chelsea accepted the bid, but he didn't end up leaving simply because he didn't want to engage in a relegation scrap, and that's understandable because like who wants to do that? Like obviously, if a player has to do it, they'll do it. But if they don't have to, they're not going to choose to do so. You know what I'm saying? So there's that, right? And then now Tottenham and West Ham are interested in him. And West Ham have even gone as far as to bid around £40 million, right? Plus add-ons of I think it's £42 million, add-ons of around like 5 million or so, you know, and that's not bad. But Chelsea won 50 million, and that opening bid has been rejected thus far. Tottenham are also involved. I haven't heard of them putting in a bid yet, but they are interested in him. And apparently, it seems as though he's more likely to go to Tottenham than to West Ham, right? Now, I get my sources from two places: Instagram and then also Google. So on Instagram, I got my sources from CFC fans page and then CFC news page, who got their information from Nizar Kinsella and the most reliable man in football in terms of transfers, Fabrizio Romano. Right. So the way I see it, right, if Chelsea were to sell Gallagher, they would get a good amount of money for him. But selling him when we don't have a team full stacked with midfielders who are better than him, and when we haven't signed Caicedo yet, and we haven't signed a brand new midfielder, a brand new senior midfielder, it doesn't make sense, bro. It just seems like a really, really poor decision that we're gonna regret in the end. For example, right, bring in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who has since left the club, right? I'll make a separate video on that. With him, right, he was bought for Thomas Tuchel, right? But shortly after he was bought, Thomas Tuchel was sacked, right? And when you look at it, then the transfer fee paid for Aubameyang, which was like £12 million, was an absolute waste, because you knew that you're going to sack this manager at some point, but you still bought a signing just for him. That's just a waste of money. I feel as though if Chelsea were to sell Gallagher, it would help us financially, but at the same time, bruv, it's going to hurt us in the long term, because there are two other dimensions to this. First of all, Mauricio Pochettino likes him. The new manager likes him, so why do you want to get rid of him? You know, that doesn't make sense to me, bruv. You know, if the new manager is looking at him like, you know, this kid can be a star, I can use him in my team, I can help him blow up, right, in the near future. Keep him around, bro. Keep him around. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. Another thing is, what could happen is we sell him like how we sold Mohamed Salah or Kevin De Bruyne, and then he goes to, let's say, Tottenham, and he just blows up. And he blows up to a point where the proper big teams want him. Your Man Cities, your Man United, and he's going off there and he's helping them win trophies rather than us. I feel we will regret this in the long term. And I will look at Todd Bowley and I will put the blame squarely on his door. Now, there is a board of directors, of course, right? There is a recruitment team, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Todd Bowley's in charge. So Todd Bowley's the one who makes the final decisions. And if he's allowing the board of directors to have free reign, right, to conduct their business without him looking over their shoulder and all of that, right? That's okay. But he needs to sign off on the final decisions. So if we were to sell him, that means Todd Bowley is okay with us letting him go. He's okay with us letting go of a potential asset who could be big in the future, just for like £50 million, bro. Nah. We need to keep Gallagher at all costs, right? If we were to sell Gallagher, let's say we were to sell Gallagher, we at least need to have like 2 or 3 transfers, right, of midfield players who have experience, who are way better than him. But right now, it's looking very, how can I say this? Disrespectful. Peace, people. I'll see you next time. And that was it for now.